mynews.studio.
In Oslo, you now see far more empty benches than people sleeping rough. Has Norway really managed to solve homelessness? And if so, can other countries learn from this?
It's July 10th, 2025. Let's put some numbers behind this. Back in the 1990s, Norway had more than 6,200 people without a home, right?
That's right. That worked out to about 1.5 people per 1,000 residents. If we jump ahead to 2020, the number is basically cut in half. 3,325 people, or just 0.62 per 1,000. And now, in cities like Oslo and Trondheim, it's rare to see anyone sleeping outside.
How did that even happen? Was it a single new law, or was there something bigger at play?
It was a big coordinated effort, but the real change started with Housing First in the early 2000s. Instead of asking people to deal with addiction or mental health issues before getting housing, they gave people permanent homes with no preconditions.
So you get a stable place to live first, then deal with other challenges later on. Has that worked everywhere in Norway?
Not everywhere at the same speed, but it's had a big impact. For instance, in Trondheim, homelessness dropped by up to 58%. Across the country, the number of people experiencing homelessness has almost halved since 2006.
But there must be more to it than just giving people homes. How does the government actually organize all of this?
That's where the coordination between national and local government comes in. The Norwegian Housing Bank acts as the main agency. They provide funding, loans, and advice. But it's the municipalities that actually plan, build, and assign housing. The state sets out the framework, and local governments adapt it.
So the national government sets the direction, but local officials know who needs help and where. Does that mean every city does things a little differently?
Exactly. Within national guidelines, the Housing Bank gives support and resources, but each municipality can tailor solutions to fit their situation. That's a big reason why the policy succeeds on the ground.
But what about people who still slip through the cracks? Are there groups the system misses?
That's the challenge now. Vulnerable groups, like migrants, young people, and those with complex needs, still face barriers. Take the arrival of Ukrainian refugees in 2023, for example. That put extra pressure on housing, and children, youth, and disabled people often need more targeted help.
So how does Norway try to meet those needs? Are there special programs for youth?
Yes, the Norwegian Labour and Welfare Administration, NAV, offers public housing and temporary accommodation for youth at risk. But it's not a blanket system. Support is based on assessed need. There's also a data problem. It's tricky to track homelessness among migrants because of legal and reporting gaps.
So even with all this progress, there's still a risk that some people are left out, especially when the economy or migration patterns change.
Exactly. Officials say it's important to stay alert. Rising construction costs and new arrivals keep adding pressure. Still, the system means homelessness in Norway is rare, short-term, and almost never repeated.
But why should someone in New York or London care about this? Isn't Norway just a special case?
Norway is unique in some ways, but the central idea, treating housing as a starting point, not a reward, has worked in other places too. The real lesson is about political commitment and investing in affordable housing, along with support services. It challenges the idea that homelessness is something we just have to accept.
So could this be a model for other countries, or is it just something that works in Norway?
That's the big question. What Norway shows is that with national commitment and local flexibility, big change is possible. The steps, like Housing First, cooperation between agencies, and focused support are all practical and can be adapted.
It really shows that even complex social issues can be solved, not just managed.
Yes, you can see the difference when you walk through Oslo. The next challenge is to keep moving forward and make sure no one is left behind.
Today we've looked at how Norway nearly ended homelessness by rethinking housing policy, investing in social support, and coordinating nationally and locally.
People are watching Norway, not expecting a miracle, but looking for a model that works. The question now is whether others can follow the same path.
Thanks for listening. This episode comes from mynews.studio. You can try it now for free.